please, I beg you, don't do that to your kids. Save everything.
So here's a post in which an alienated kid, who may be an adult now, I'm not sure how old she is, she sounds like a grown woman now. But here's a page. If you look at the Instagram page of this very post, there's all kinds of dads on there saying, I begged my baby's mom to let me see the kid. Or another guy says, I'm saving everything, every text message, every post. I know a program in case I go to court. First and foremost, the very first day that the mother withholds a child, the war is on. Why don't you go to court now? If you have a court order, why aren't you getting her held in contempt? Nobody has any excuse, because when I was a warehouse worker who flunked out of college and didn't know what I was doing, I hunted down information. I hunted down answers. And that was in 2001, when everything wasn't available on the internet, when you had to go to the courthouse, when you had to go to Kinko's and pay $100 to print out copies for everybody, including the judge. You guys have no excuse. Go look at the Instagram. This is when I'm frustrated. All these pussy crybaby whine bitch made comments of men. Oh, she won't do it. She has the power and she won't let me. First of all, if you have no court order, why don't you just go get your kids from school and just take them for the weekend? God, my gender's such a bunch of freaking... And then the guy whoever's in charge of this page, he's going to look at my comments in there and I say, I got full custody without an attorney. He'll never contact me and say, hey guys, this is a great resource. Just like Dad Talk Today, whine, cry, piss and moan. 50-50 dads, whine, cry, piss and moan. The Father's Rights Movement, whine, cry, piss and moan. I've been seeing this since 2001. And nobody looks at me or other guys who got custody and says, wow, you really fought and won. How did you do it? Everybody wants to whine, cry, piss and moan. Whine. Look at the comments on the Instagram page of this. Then there's another guy in the TikTok comments here. Maybe I'll do a reply to that. He said, nothing will change until the court changes. I guarantee he didn't grow any balls and fight the right way, because you don't walk out with zero visitation except in very rare cases where you didn't get on the offensive in the beginning. If you get on the offensive in the beginning, you have the best chance to get something fair, or getting full custody like me and hundreds of other clients did, or getting 50-50 like thousands of other clients did when they went to war and grew some balls and got on the offensive. But this is the problem. The comments and replies to this stuff. All the dads who get alienated, almost all of them. Now, it's the mother doing it. I'm not denying that. The mother's doing it. But if somebody steals your car or breaks in your house to rape your wife or damages your property, you say, oh, it's their fault. I wish they wouldn't do it. I begged them and asked them to stop. No, you take care of it, or you at least call the authorities or the cops. So if somebody's withholding your own child from you, why don't you at least go to the authorities or the courts? Or why don't you just go, if your car is stolen and you find it down the street and you see it in somebody's driveway and you got the spare, why don't you just hop in the car and take off with it? Oh, I don't want to disrupt them. I might look bad. I might look aggressive. See, we don't treat our kids like we would treat our property or our dog or our things or anything like that. We'll be a man and grow some balls when it comes to anybody else except our baby's mom, because we're under the spell of Jezebel. We submit to the curse of Eve. We're a bunch of punk-ass little sissy pussies. This is what I'm sick of. And, you know, I'll never get popular. When I was nice doing this, I didn't get popular. When I was, lighting a fire under guys and telling them to grow some balls, I didn't get popular doing it. And there's all these groups and all these videos and all these things out there doing everything except teaching guys how to fight and to win in court and get their kids. They're doing everything about whining and crying and talking about it and creating awareness. Everybody who's ever gone through this is already aware. The people who are not going through this get sick and tired of hearing about your divorce case or alienation. They don't care. Nobody cares except you. So if you're the only one who cares about the situation that you're in, you're the only one who could do something about it. And here I am helping people for thousands of dollars cheaper than an attorney, or people watch my free videos and actually win in court. And it's only a select few that find out and sift through the harsh reality of the stuff that I'm talking about. Like this lady is up here admonishing men to save everything and do everything and have the hard talks with their kids. And there's guys listening to it. As long as they don't have to grow some balls and get off their rear and actually fight in court or fight for their kid or go to war, or be in it for the long haul, which is what the family court war is. You got to set aside at least a year of your life The first day my baby's mom said that you're not going to see your kid, I went looking for help, and I found Dads Against Discrimination in Washington, and it was a guy who barely answers his phone call, barely answers the phone. And I took advantage of their once a month free seminar at a community center. You guys got all kinds of free videos that's 100 times longer than the information that I got when I found Dads Against Discrimination in Seattle. Now, they're part of dadsamerica.org, and they're not really around anymore because they quit and got burnt out like every other dad who's a punk little sissy coward who surrenders. Men usually give up on this stuff, and fathers' rights groups usually give up. That was the longest-lasting fathers' rights group out there, and it's pretty much defunct. The guy who was helping me was 60 back then, so he's probably like 83 now. I don't even know if he's still alive. But the guy who helped me barely gave me any information. He would open a rule book and say, here's the rule, go to it. And then he gave me a little head start of where to go, but 99.9% of what I did totally on my own. I learned by trial and error. And here I am saving people hundreds, if not thousands of hours of time if they were to do it on their own and try and figure it out on their own, and giving them shortcuts and giving them what worked. And there's guys who, as soon as after they have a consult with me, and they get on the offensive, and the first time they serve the mother some paperwork, she's ready to give in and surrender and work with him, because the men are getting on the offensive and they're not being punk bitches and letting the mother punk them and control them. See, you give in to the mother, she disrespects you even more. She wants you to stand up and be a man. Even though she's being a witch and controlling you, she wants you to put your foot down and stand up and be a man, or that's the only thing she will respect. In my case, my baby's mom only respected getting slapped around in court, because I fought off her anti-harassment orders the first month. I went to court and I lost, and I didn't quit like all these other bitches in the comments. And there's, like I said, there's a guy in the comments, I'm going to have to reply to him. There's a guy in the comments that nothing will change until the court system changes. The court system hasn't changed in 60 years, bitch. So what are you going to do about it? You're not going to fight for your kid because you lost one court hearing or you tried one time? You got 18 years to fight for your kid. I had my mind made up. I was going to fight for 18 years because I was going to face my daughter, and she was never going to be able to say, Dad, you didn't try and fight for me. That's the thing I'm afraid of. You guys are afraid of the courts, or your baby's mom, or the system, or stand in front of a judge, or the discomfort that will come from you not being able to go out and party and get drunk with your buddies and watch football 5 days a week. You got to sacrifice your life for a year or two, delayed gratification, and fight for your kids now so that you get a better court order then. And if she slips up in the court, you do contempt. So I fought off. I had 2 hearings the first month. My daughter was 2 months old. 2 hearings within a month when she was from a few weeks old to almost 2 months old. Didn't get anything except shut down the restraining order attempt by the mother. Then, we had a hearing that he said, go get a parenting plan. Then we came back, didn't have a parenting plan yet. He said, okay, I'll continue this protection order for 2 weeks, but when you go to family court, it drops off. And then she never got a temporary order again. Now, she tried 5 or 6 different times and failed at that too. Then I went to court, got 0 visitation. Then I appealed from a family law commissioner in Seattle to a judge, which is like a magistrate or referee, went up to a judge. Then I got 5 days a week visitation. Then I got the mother found in contempt the first time she violated the court order. All you pussies out there are sitting there saying, she's withholding the child. I was actually glad she withheld the child because she didn't drink, do drugs. I didn't have anything on her until she showed her true colors and withheld the child. Then I got her found in contempt. And then I started bombing her with discovery. And then she surrendered. Sick and tired of my punk-ass bitch-made gender not even fighting or not even looking for answers. And these guys are out here, my baby's mom won't do this, my baby's mom won't do that. Yeah, it's her. So grow some balls and fight for what's yours, punk-ass bitches.